man.
The Super Bowl gets pushed. The Super Bowl, there's a 4-week window they can push it back.
Okay. Well,
I
let's
want
hope
the
they
Super
don't
Bowl
have
on
to.
Valentine's Day because I don't want to do any. I don't want to go anywhere for Valentine's Day. Just,
No, the most romantic thing you can do is watch the Steelers play the Super Bowl.
hell yeah.
And win.
Nonetheless.
That's facts.
I'm like, honey, you know what I got you this year? A fucking Super Bowl.
The TV.
Here, honey, here's a terrible towel. Wave it.
Yeah, I'm like, I got you all these hors d'oeuvres.
What is up? We are back. Yinzertainment podcast, episode 154. Special guest goes way back. One of our very first guests on here, JoeyBagOvDonuts. How are you? How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. It's Tuesday. We're already into November 3rd.
Election day.
Election day. Yes. Totally forgot up until right now. That is election day. Something I might not want to forget. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about how it is November and the Steelers are undefeated at a 7-0. That's why we brought Joey here. We got to talk some Steelers football. But first, now correct me if I'm wrong, Joey. I saw that you won an award, a Twitter award of sorts.
I voted for him.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course we voted for him. Was it best social media?
It was best Twitter account in Pittsburgh.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
I got a championship belt.
You got a belt out of
Look at
it?
this.
I can't wait to see this.
Look at this.
No way.
I mean, they didn't give me a championship belt. I mean, I bought this on my own, but
You deserve it. I mean,
I am the man. I am the man in Pittsburgh, the best Twitter account in Pittsburgh. Yeah,
That's
that's
so
amazing.
sick.
Oh,
And you got the belt to
well-deserved.
prove it.
this is what they gave me.
Oh, that's cool still.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's right.
So who ran that?
It's a Pittsburgh City paper.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Yeah, best.
Congratulations. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Congrats.
And like Ty
you.
said, well deserved.
Yes, you are
Hey.
one of our favorite follows on Twitter. Obviously, you're always just so positive about everything.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm-
got such a good demeanor and mindset about everything.
especially when Twitter is just a cesspool of nothingness these days. It's nice to have some kind of shining light at the end of the tunnel.
It's all a ruse. It's all a sham. I punch walls in the I try to be positive online, and then I kick doors and punch walls and
That's
stuff.
why all your walls are covered. Just covering up
That's
holes.
right. That's why they're covering up holes.
Yeah. We were wondering why you had so many posters up.
That's right.
That's hilarious.
Well, congratulations again. And what a year to do it in. A year when the Steelers, like we said, 7-0, undefeated. First, I just want to hear your first thoughts on this season. I mean, I'm not even going to try to guess, how old you are or anything. None of my business, but you're a little older than us. I know that for sure. Have you ever seen the Steelers get off to such a hot start? Obviously, they haven't had the undefeated 7-0 record in years past, but do you remember a time when they've been so hot to start a season?
There was a time, I think about I believe it was 2007. I think they were like 7-1 or something like that, and they went up against the Patriots and got killed. That was the game. I don't know if you remember. I don't know what the hell the dude's name was, but he guaranteed a win, and the Patriots beat him like 41-24 or something. Like it was a complete destruction. But and I think there was another time, I think in 2000 they were 4-0 or something like that. But yeah, this is amazing. This is I think when the schedule comes out and you look at it and say, okay, that's a win, or what do you think the record's going to be? I think I said, maybe 11 wins, maybe 12. I think when it got closer to the beginning of the season, I said maybe 10 because I'm not sure about some things. This is beyond my wildest dreams. I mean, this is just absolutely amazing. And people still trash them, which is still funny. It's like, oh, well, this didn't count. You got help from the refs or whatever. It's like, shut the hell up. Undefeated is an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, and the first handful of games, everyone was saying, oh, they haven't beat anybody with a winning record, or they've beat shit teams. All right, well, what about going into Tennessee going into Baltimore, about to go into Dallas, which is another just shit pool, but about to roll trains there.
You can't say anything about who they beat when they beat Tennessee
The
and
Browns.
Baltimore. That kills all those arguments.
I mean, it's not much for us, but they even beat the Browns that were 4-1 or 5-1.
The Browns have a good record. You can't discount that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like 3 weeks in a row, as Thomas says, 5-star matchups, and they killed it. So yeah, there's forget about that schedule argument.
Yeah, well, I
mean, you play who you play. Every team has a similar schedule. I know that some teams have easier schedules than the rest, but it's like, it's the professional football league.
They always talk about that with the Patriots and like the division they play in.
Fuck the Patriots.
I don't know. Obviously, the Steelers winning is a wonderful thing, but also how wonderful is it that the Patriots are losing and looking terrible?
Just looking awful.
The only thing that would be the cherry on top would be if the Bucks were like 0-7, because I still don't like Tom Brady, even though he's detached from the Patriots. I still fuck the Patriots, fuck Tom Brady.
Hey, that's my fantasy quarterback. How dare you?
That's tough.
Yeah, but back to the Steelers thing, quick. So, they beat the Titans, who were, I don't know, undefeated.
They were undefeated.
They beat the Ravens, who were 5-1, coming off of a bye week.
And this was supposed to be our bye week.
Because of the Titans. In Baltimore, nonetheless. They beat them.
And we beat a 5-1 Cleveland Browns team, or is it 4-1?
4-1, right? Yeah.
Browns team that
4-1
that everybody was talking highly about.
Right. You don't get much better than that, and yet you still have people online trying to tell us that the Steelers aren't that great, or the Steelers don't deserve to be undefeated, or the Steelers' schedule is so easy.
I love it.
Keep fucking feeding it to me. Keep telling me that, because it doesn't matter.
I don't even think
rewind to the first game.
Rewind to the first game against the Giants?
Yeah, because, dude, after the first game, everybody was saying how the Steelers got lucky. Watch out for
Saquon Barkley had -3 yards in the first half of that game. We didn't get lucky.
They said, it's just the first game of the season. That's what happens. No preseason. Right now.
You know what a lucky win is? A win.
Yeah,
and they got 7 of them.
Still a win. Yeah.
And I don't hate, but it's not Steelers related. Nick Foles, he said, I'd rather have an ugly W than obviously getting blown out or taking an L. Oh, like you said, Joey, a win is a win, and that's all that fucking matters.
Yeah, and people talk, the easy schedule. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe some of the teams they played early are easier. They're not great.
But the Texans probably shouldn't have been 0-4 when we beat them.
But we still won, and what are you supposed to do to the bad teams? You're supposed to beat them, and we did, and we have, and we will.
Listen, the phrase "any given Sunday" totally applies to the NFL. Yes. The dumbest thing you want to do is bet on NFL games. At least me. Don't ever listen to my betting advice, because I have lost a lot of money gambling on NFL games. So look,
you can make it back betting against the Pirates next season. Sorry.
But look, the Cincinnati beat the Titans.
Right.
Exactly. That, even the worst NFL team, even the Jets can beat somebody. So, it's amazing. Look, the Chiefs are not undefeated, and the Chiefs are the quote unquote best team. So it's an amazing accomplishment what the Steelers have done, no matter what idiots say.
And a follow-up question, I guess, to the three of you. Do you think the Steelers have played their best ball yet?
Not even close.
Which is the best part.
Which is the best part.
The game
7-0, and we've played maybe 75%.
The game against the Titans was the first time we saw them really click on both sides of the ball to a T.
In the first half.
Yes.
The offense shut down in the second half. They got to keep that gator roll, keep the energy going, and they did.
If in the second half of the season we can play that well, in 6 of the remaining games at least, easy money. We're well on our way into the playoffs with a bye.
I call them a 30-minute team. They put together one great half. They did it against the Titans. They did it against Baltimore. Baltimore, it was the second half.
Yep.
The only time they put together a full 60 minutes was against Cleveland when they absolutely destroyed them. So yeah, there is they have a lot of room. That's the amazing thing. Yes, they're 7-0. There's a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of things they could still do to be even better. So yeah, we haven't even scratched the surface of what they could do, their full potential.
I feel like I haven't even seen Ben really air it out yet.
No, we've seen maybe
Like,
a couple.
once we
throws.
start seeing that,
Well,
getting the run game like consistently pumping, then you get Ben with the play action. His pump fake should be criminal. He should be locked up, arrested for it, because he undresses
disgusting.
every defender when he does that.
yep. And I think my favorite part that I've been hearing too, like listening to a bunch of these talk shows but when they talk about the Steelers, is that the Steelers, more than anything, when you ask yourselves like, what do I need to prepare for, you get more questions than the answers. Like I've said it before, like it's like, who's your number one wide receiver? You go to three different names. Who do you got? Like there's so many, you have questions instead of answers, which I think is a great thing.
The Ravens spent all week with Des Bryant in a number 11 jersey, preparing for Chase Claypool, who's a fucking rookie. What about Deontay and James? All of these other threats that we have, and they're worried about one guy. Like, that's how we know that we run the North.
Yes.
The best second best team in the AFC, the Ravens, scary. Nothing.
It's an amazing thing, and we're really seeing a different Ben this year. In previous years, he had Antonio Brown, and he would just do everything he could to feed Antonio Brown. And you might say, well, Antonio Brown's an asshole. Antonio Brown's a diva, whatever. He's also one of the best wide receivers ever.
Of all time.
And Ben kind of used that as like, I don't want to say like a drug, but definitely a crutch. Like, Ben would just do anything to feed him, and it wasn't just because, like I said, it wasn't just because of Antonio Brown. It's because Antonio Brown's really good. He knows that AB would bail him out. Now it's completely different. Now it's amazing. Now he just goes to this crazy concept called the open receiver.
Never heard of it.
He sees, and that's the amazing thing. It's like you mentioned. You basically have 3 number 1 receivers. If you don't double cover Juju, you could throw it to him. Now Chase has earned doubles. Deontay is really good. There's 3 guys, and by the way, James Washington is a really good 4th or 5th receiver.
Oh yeah,
and then there's freaking Ray. Oh yeah, and by the way, there's Ebron also who's killing it. So
killing it. But were you just about to say Ray too? He's getting up in the snap count. Like, he's getting some playing time.
Yeah, they just
Ray
have
McLeod.
way
It's
too many
great.
weapons.
There's so many offensive, not weapons, but like threats.
How did they find a guy like Ray? I mean, he was in the middle of training camp. They just picked him up off of like the gutter or something.
The best punt returner we've had in a long time.
Yeah,
Since
he's
AB.
a good receiver too.
Right.
I mean, literally since AB.
Yeah.
And he's what Ryan Switzer was supposed to be. Remember?
No, Ryan Switz. He's a Brown now.
Yeah.
No. I'm not.
But
No,
Switzer
I'm not
was
saying.
supposed
I'm not saying
Yeah,
what he.
no, I know. Yeah, I was just. It took me a second to really just comprehend how bad Switzer was as a punt returner.
Comparatively, anyway.
Comparatively.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's what Switzer was supposed to be. He was supposed to be that return specialist.
Yeah.
They only got him for
absolutely.
that, and it went to hell.
And Deontay Johnson even took shots at it, and was it week 1 when he muffed the punt?
Yeah.
But like you said, Joey, Ben this year not forcing it to receivers like we saw with Antonio Brown, and I think we talked about it a couple of podcasts ago. That is the difference right there. Is Ben's not forcing the ball to receivers because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have just one really good receiver and then a bunch of mediocre ones. He's got somebody who can pop off at any point during any game. And again, going back to the game plan for that as a defense, it's like, how do you even prepare?
Who am I gonna
Who do you
guard?
double team this week? You double team Juju, Claypool gets it. You double team Claypool, Deontay gets it. I mean, it's like it's a
Ty,
never-ending cycle
and
with it.
you said that like we don't have like a number 1 receiver. I would say we don't have a diva. Like I love
Juju's number 1 in my
I still
mind.
root for Le'Veon because he just wanted the bag. He just wanted money. AB is kind of just a prick. But that's why the Steelers are successful now, because there's no cancer in the locker room. There's no one that is, you don't have to worry about him because he had 0 yards. Juju gets 0 yards and 0 catches and tweets, "Great team win." AB would never.
How funny was it that the Ravens basically shut down the run? So Ben's like, okay, fine. We're not even going to pretend to run. We're going to have 5 wide, and we're going to play playground football, and we're going to kick your ass. And it worked.
And it
we
worked.
weren't even pretending to run.
And I think what they need to do more is just keep running those streaks. We've seen it each week where we'll get at least one call, one flag for pass interference when you just send the dudes deep, because the defensive backs cannot keep up with the Steelers receivers.
It's the Joe Flacco play. You just throw it up and wait for the flag, and it usually happens. The Steelers used the Ravens' own weapon against them.
Right, literally.
Throw it up, get a flag.
Did you see Marquise Brown as well? He was bitching about his role in the Baltimore offense. I feel like
why
I've
you
seen
got
that
soldiers
before.
if you're not going to use them? Never.
Yeah, it must be a family thing.
Exactly. It doesn't fall far from the tree or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
Facts.
But I mean, as good as wide receivers in Pittsburgh have it, having Ben as a quarterback and everything's all good, it's a disaster. I don't want to say it's a disaster in Baltimore, but Lamar Jackson is sucking as a passer, and they're never going to have a good wide receiver, or they're never going to bring one in unless they draft it, because who wants to be a wide receiver on a team that just runs all the time and has a lousy quarterback that passes?
I was not that I want to talk about the Ravens, but do you think the Ravens would be more successful if, like, is it Lamar's passing ability or is it his receiving core, including the tight ends?
He's got one of the best tight ends in the league.
And Marquise Brown's not bad.
I was going to say Hollywood Brown
Willie Snead is a fucking vet. He's been around the game. He can play some football. I'm not saying that they have great receivers, but it's like
they should do better.
Who's at fault?
I'm not sure what the problem is. There's people that say Lamar Jackson's like, oh, he's just a running back. I think that's bullshit. I think he's, you don't win MVP on by accident. He threw, I think, 36 touchdowns last year or something like that. So that's no fluke. But at the same time, he is not having a good year, and he's not doing well passing. So whatever happened with defenses have adjusted to him, and hey, if that means they have to run all the time, they're damn good at that. They ran all over the Steelers, and the Steelers have the number 1 run defense.
They put up like 200 rush yards or some shit.
First time they really exposed the Steelers' run defense was exposed
by Gus Edwards and
J.K. Dobbins, baby.
J.K. Dobbins,
not a guy to sleep on though.
Dobbins.
Dude, I'm still not a J.K. fan.
Rowling, yes, but not Dobbins.
That's a star. What do you mean,
J.K. Rowling? Yeah, she is.
I think I just dislike him because everybody from all the Steelers fans wanted him, and they're all pissed when they put Claypool instead.
Oh my God, that makes me so angry when people say they should have drafted J.K. Dobbins. How the fuck can you doubt Kevin Colbert?
Right, exactly.
We just talked about Ray. They picked him up off the streets. Spillane, they picked up off the streets, and look what he's doing. Look at the past 4 drafts. Almost every single pick of the first 4 rounds has been a hit. Just shut up.
More than a hit.
Yeah,
way more.
They're a huge part of this team. Yeah.
Yes, J.K. Dobbins is good, but I think that Chase Claypool, I think he's okay too.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good, but I also know that people want what they can't have. And that's why it's, could you imagine if we had J.K. James Conner's doing it. He's having a great year.
Conner's fine.
Killing it.
I saw a poll earlier from, I think it was around the 412. And I'm sure they're just doing some poll questions and whatnot. And they said, would you rather, for the rest of the year, would you rather have James Conner or Josh Jacobs as your running back? And I fucking clicked James Conner. You don't fix what's not broken. Like, he's been killing it.
Not only that, but with James Conner, something that you can't necessarily teach to people is just like grit, heart, and determination. I don't know enough about Josh Jacobs to say whether or not he's that kind of guy.
Your fantasy running back, dude.
Yeah. But I can tell you for certain that James Conner is that guy, and I want that guy in my locker room 10 times out of 10. So
And that's the best part about the Steelers is we've got 52 of those guys in the locker room, or how many?
53.
53.
Yeah. We got players galore. I mean, Joe, you touched on Robert Spillane. Pick six to open the game this past week against the Ravens. Like you said, we signed that dude out of nowhere because Devin, well, to be a linebacker, but Devin Bush goes down. He's thrown into the Lions' den, and he has done nothing but exceed far beyond his expectations, killing it. He's another workhorse, like I said about Connor. Just dude has heart and grit, and I want him on my football team every time.
The way he stood up Derrick Henry on the goal line, like, bro, I want his jersey just for that play alone.
I heard that hit here.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit.
I felt that hit.
Yeah.
And so did he.
Yeah, he probably felt it for a while. And then
I mean that play, he went off and they showed him on camera like rubbing his shoulder like, holy shit. But then he was back.
Well, he went out right away.
Yeah, he went out right away, but then he came back like a fucking dog.
Dude, if that was me, I'd be going to the funeral home.
Yeah.
Forget about hospital. Like,
you wouldn't be on this podcast. Right?
Yeah, I'd be in a body cast.
I'd be calling for my mommy from the sideline, fucking like a baby. Wah.
100%. That's a grown ass man. Made a grown ass man play.
Yeah.
Against another grown ass man. Derrick Henry is nothing to be fucked with. Unless you're Robert Spillane.
Yes, exactly. But, going back to the whole linebacker thing, we just signed one again, literally just out of nowhere.
Was it
pops up on Twitter.
Avery Williamson?
Avery Williamson from the Jets. Dude goes from an 0-7 team to a 0-8 team to a 7-0 team. Just like that. Flip of a hat. And is that an expression? Flip of a hat? Don't think so.
Now.
Just made it up.
Yeah, it is now. You nailed it.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anything about the dude. I've never seen him play, but I know he's excited to be a Steeler.
And Tomlin is excited.
Everyone's excited. And I'm looking at his numbers. I mean, he came into the league in 2014, and he's played almost every game since getting into the league. Like, the dude didn't come in and sit around. He's been playing since 2014. And this year alone, he's already got 59 tackles in 8 games. 7, 8 games. So,
and I think I saw he played like 99% of the snaps leading up to when he got hurt, and I think at that point he was only playing 96% or something. So he's a middle linebacker that's going to be in there for all 3 plays, or all 3 downs, I should say.
So is he going to replace Spillane?
No.
I don't think he'll replace it, but I think it's a depth thing.
Yeah,
and also like you have 2 options instead of what happens if Robert Spillane gets hurt.
No, absolutely. I think it's great.
If I were, I'm sorry to interrupt. I were to guess, I would say it's a 50-50. It'll be probably a 50-50 thing between Spillane and Williamson. And I mean, Spillane is great, and he has a lot of heart, and he's smart as hell, but he does have limitations. He's not the best in coverage. He's not the fastest guy. So, I mean, to me, I equate Spillane as like another Vince Williams. And the problem is you have 2 Vince Williams out there, which is good in some cases, but, in coverage, not so good. So, I mean, and like I said, UG3, that Ulysses Grant or Ulysses Gilbert or whatever his name is, he's hurt, and I think that also necessitated a trade because you need depth, and God forbid Spillane gets hurt, then they're really screwed. So this is a great move.
And I don't know that you guys can answer it, but how do we know how Williamson is in coverage? Because when I first saw this trade, I was really excited, but I also got like a Mark Barron image. Like, oh yeah, I'm excited about this linebacker that could potentially be good for us. But how is he in coverage? Like, that's our biggest thing is coverage.
It's hard to say, but I heard that Williamson is the person that they tried to get when Shazier went down. They tried to acquire him, but the Jets threw a boatload of money at him, so he went with the Jets. So he got to be good enough in coverage if they were thinking about him replacing Shazier.
Right, and that's where our lack of coverage really kind of started from linebackers, is when we lost Shazier.
Yeah. And from the little bit I've read on this guy, I've heard, he's a better pass defender than Bush, but he's not, a Ryan Shazier necessarily. So
No one's a Ryan Shazier.
Right. So somewhere in the middle, which is good enough for me. We literally just need anybody that can potentially cover a tight end on a 10 and in, So
Yo,
which I saw the same stuff. But sorry, but I was gonna say I know Arthur Motes was pretty high on him too, saying that you've seen him with the Jets, so and when you bring him into a team like the Steelers, you're most likely gonna have the same effect that like how Minka was. He comes in, he fits in, he's got that high spirit.
Exactly.
It's it's that spark that you get on that defense now, and he's only gonna play even better than what he's played, and and the guys around him too.
And yeah, go ahead, Joey.
Imagine being in the hell of the Jets. And just what a they should have fired that coach.
Adam Gase, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, they should have fired him 2 months ago. I mean, it's clear they're tanking for Trevor, and hey, good for you. If Trevor was smart, he'd stay another year in school.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just in a hell of a situation to go literally from hell to heaven, to be in a great organization that's winning like hell in a perfect situation. So yeah, it's just going to be just like Minka. He's going to be motivated as hell, and yeah, he's going to play play great.
Even like Ebron, I think Ebron anybody that comes over and puts on the black and gold, they're fucking psyched. Especially if they're 7-0.
Because you don't find another team like the Steelers where it all just clicks. Aside from the couple, maybe 2 years with Antonio Brown and Le'Veon where they were douchebags about shit. It's like that locker room's always been a solid locker room through and through. Defense, offense.
Tomlin needs more credit.
Yeah, thank you. He does.
This is in my notes, by the way. Might as well just throw it out now. People owe Tomlin a fucking apology.
And Big Ben.
Definitely. But last year, people were throwing out the idea to trade Tomlin as a coach for like a 4th-round draft to the Buccaneers because he's not that great of a coach. He went 8-8 with a backup fucking quarterback.
No, not even a backup.
A
fucking third string.
Named Duck.
People were calling for his fucking job. And this year he is undefeated, and all those people can eat my scrum because they were wrong, and they owe Tomlin an apology.
And to add to that, he's literally one game away from finishing his 14th season above 500. He's one game away from it.
Never had a losing season.
14 fucking seasons.
Never had a losing
season. Steelers have 3 coaches in the last 55 years.
Since we've been watching or alive, yeah.
2 since we've been alive, or maybe 3. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Chuck Noll, Power. Well, the ones that I know.
Right. 94 is a long time ago. That's all I know.
I wanted to add really quick to Avery Williamson.
Yeah.
Ty and Tappy, you guys might not be aware, but Joey, I think you might be. You guys know who the last linebacker was that we got from the Jets?
James Ferrier.
Do you know what number he wore?
51.
Yes, you guys all contributed there.
I only said that because I just saw that Avery
Williamson is coming over from the Jets, like James Ferrier, rocking 51. Let's fucking get it.
Let's fucking get it.
100%. I'm like,
dude, yeah. I mean, I'm psyched about it. Listen,
I don't know.
James Ferrier was a great football player, and if Avery can, I'm just gonna call him Avery. I feel like I know him well.
Let's call him A-Dub.
I'm gonna call him A-Dub. I mean, A-Dub is gonna be a great addition, is all I know. And if he can play half as well as Ferrier did, then he's served his purpose.
And for what it's worth, he was drafted in the 5th round by the Tennessee Titans, where he was coached by former Steelers coaches Ken Wisenhunt, Dick LeBeau, and Ray Horton.
Horton here's a who?
Horton here's a Williamson. He's about to go
hires
off.
Williamson.
Yes. But that's sick. Like Ken Wisenhunt, Dick LeBeau, obviously they didn't go to Tennessee and start up their new own game plans. They took what they were so dominant in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They're still basically running a LeBeau defense. So if that's the case, he'll be just fine.
Right.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Every little thing adds up. Everything matters.
Well, at one point, the Titans had like 9 or 11 former Steelers, either players or staff members, working for them. And I think that was in the last like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, but what really freaking sucks about all of those names I just named is those aren't Tomlin's products. Those are Cowher's products, aren't they, Joey?
What do you mean?
Like those coaches that went on to coach at other squads weren't under Tomlin. Like Bruce Arians, Ken Wisenhunt, Dick LeBeau, that's products of Bill Cowher.
They may have started with him, but I think LeBeau got his. No, I think he was. I think he was pretty good with Cowher too. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, yeah, coaches under Tomlin really haven't done much elsewhere. I can't even think of any besides Todd Haley and.
And he's not even employed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about that one of the last few podcasts where it's like, yeah, Mike Tomlin, Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Well,
but
really,
he doesn't have anyone that's been.
When you think about it, there's not too many coaches that have been under Tomlin that have gone anywhere else because he kept them all. He went from the defensive coordinator was LeBeau for many years, and then he went from LeBeau to Keith Butler, and then that's it. He's only really had two. Offensive coordinator. It was Bruce Arians, who's doing all right, and Todd Haley, and now. Good old
Randy Fichtner.
Yeah, and nobody's taking a Fichtner.
No, but that's actually a very good point that we never really talked about. Ty, I don't know if you heard, but we were saying how Tomlin really hasn't produced any other coaches to go on and succeed. Joey had a very good point. There's no coaches that went on with other teams because
they stay.
Tomlin keeps them as a Steeler.
Yeah,
that's why he hasn't had a losing season.
Again, you don't fix what's not broken.
Facts.
But speaking of these coaches, I wanted to talk about this as it is. It's a good segue into it. Back to the offensive side of shit, the play calling. Joey, I'd love to get your opinion on it. We talk about it ad nauseum, how, a lot of the weeks the play calling just seems like it's going nowhere. There's no variation within the play calling, no consistency, no solution really. And I think, like we said, the Titans game, the first half offense looked great. Second half, not so much. This week, first half offense looked like shit. Second half, they figured it out. But you notice a difference between those halves in the play calling, I think. You mentioned in the second half, we were playing backyard football. We're empty setting it, throwing the ball short, gaining yards, doing what we need to do. But who at this point in time is even calling the plays, and who should be? I mean,
so when you hear when you watch Steeler games, and especially now because there's not much of a crowd, you could really hear the quarterback, call his audibles and stuff. You kept hearing Ben say blue 80, blue 80, and I'm like, what the hell is blue 80? I figured out what blue 80 means. Blue 80 means fuck you, Fichtner. I'm running my own play. That's why I kept calling it.
Love it.
No,
really?
No. I wish that was.
I was going to say, do you really pick up on a trend like that?
No, I wish that was actually the case. No, I mean he does say it a lot. I don't know why he says it. It's equivalent of Peyton Manning kept saying Omaha.
Omaha, yeah.
So who knows what it actually means? But I mean, yeah, that's the question. Is like who's really running things? I mean, remember last year when Ben was hurt and it was God, I don't even want to remember who those schmucks were, but everybody was killing Fichtner, and I think the thing is with Fichtner is Fichtner and Ben are a team, and Fichtner works best with Ben, so they figure it out. So how much is it of Ben calling his own plays, just doing his own thing? How much of it is Fichtner? I don't think we're gonna know. I mean, that the thing this past week was, Ben was just doing playground stuff and he was just drawing the plays in the dirt and blah, 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 and just making it up on the fly. I think part of that is true and part of it isn't.
Ben's just standing there with the football like, all right, you're going to go like this, do 2 and out.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I see it different than other people, but at this point in Ben's career, shouldn't he be allowed to call whatever fucking plays he wants to call? I think he knows best, honestly. I don't think Fichtner is a great play caller. Obviously, we've seen it in years past. We saw it with Mason and Duck. We see it this year early. From what I understand, quarterback coach Matt Canada was helping with the play calling in the past few games. And you could see it very obviously in the past few games. The offense has been way better than the first 3 or 4 games. So I don't know who needs to be calling the plays, but the fact that it's not Ben, or maybe it is, I don't know. But if it's not Ben, it should be.
Yeah.
Let me just say real quick. I think any criticism of Finkner is valid. I think some of the things like running on 3rd and 10, or it's like, oh, 2nd and 10, here comes another run. 1st and 10, here comes another run. Oh, 3rd down, we're gonna pass. Gee, can you be more predictable, please? I think there's something to that, and I think it could get better. So, whatever it is, I'm not a fan of Finkner.
Right. I don't think many people are.
Here's my general rule. If anything good happens with the Steelers offense, it's either because of Ben or Matt Canada. If anything bad happens with the Steelers offense, it's because of Finkner. That's basically all you need to know. That's the general rule.
It's a fair
I can
assessment.
get behind that.
My problem is that when I'm sitting at my house and I can predict 80% of the Steelers' offensive snaps, one, I should either be getting paid triple digits for my service, or two, switch it up. If I can see what's about to come, no issue, then what do you think the opposing defenses are
Who
watching?
studies your tape for 2 weeks straight?
And I don't even study tape. I just watch every fucking game. And I mean, literally, you can see exactly what's going to happen.
Run, pass.
Aaron's dad thought I was
pass.
fucking crazy. Like, no, literally, you can see it happening.
You know what drove me crazy and on the Ravens game in the 4th quarter when it was like less than 2 minutes, they just stopped the Ravens on that 4th and 2 or 4th and 3, and all the Steelers needed to do was get a 1st down, and it was like 3rd and 2. And it was the most predictable damn thing in the world. It's like you knew they were going to run. You knew they were going to run up the middle, and they got nothing. Of course, they got nothing because everybody was expecting it. You get one first down there, game's over. You don't have to work. You don't have to, pray that they do a last-second comeback.
And they didn't switch out any running backs on that, right? It was just Connor the whole time.
Yeah. They don't even use a fullback. They don't even.
Well, I saw Jalen Samuels had more targets than James Washington.
Which he didn't look good.
And I'm a big fan of Jalen Samuels. Like, if we got the weapons, I mean, I'm not a big fan of him, but I'm a fan of the sense that we have a good depth. We could throw anybody in at any time. And it's like, yeah, you throw Jalen Samuels in, the defense thinks that you're going to throw it to him, fucking run a draw to him up the middle, and you get those 2 yards. But if there's James Conner in there at a fucking not I formation, but obvious that he's going to run it.
Yeah, and I know Alex was like, where the fuck's Anthony McFarland at, man? Like, the first 2 games, they did a good job about mixing up running backs, but ever since it's been the James Conner show, which is fine, but sometimes you need to throw in another back to throw off the defense. And Anthony McFarland is a great guy for that.
McFarland has a lot of potential. He could be a home run hitter. He could break those long runs. So, maybe it's a rookie thing. Maybe he's just, hitting a wall or whatever. Maybe he's just not getting it. I mean, the important thing with the running back is you got to pick up those blitzes and you got to earn that trust. So maybe that's the issue.
James
I don't know.
is good at that.
And I was going to say, I think that might be part of it because I know there was like 2 plays where McFarland went in and he didn't pick up the blitz, and then he didn't play like almost the rest of the game.
Well, yeah, if you let Ben get hit, you're getting sit.
I was going to say,
exactly.
The Steelers are good with experimenting and giving everybody a shot, but if you don't perform on your 1 or 2 shots, we're not going to smell you the rest of the game.
Yeah, but Anthony McFarland, this is the metaphor that comes to my mind.
Got a high ceiling.
Needs to be the Darren Sproles to the Jay Ajayi circa 2000 whatever 14 or 15 or some shit. But that was a great running back duo because the one was the heavy hitter, the one was the speed. That's what we have with James Conner and Anthony McFarland.
Yeah.
And even Benny Snell. I mean, Benny Snell's the hard hitter in my mind, technically.
And
Yeah,
he cut weight, bro. He's not small, but he's smaller like Connor, but
Yeah.
he still packs that fucking punch. And he
But
needs to
Anthony
be
McFarland's
utilized.
that speed guy, and it's a good mix-up.
I was going to say, McFarland and Ray, very similar in my eyes. Put them in the fucking slot, bro. While Chase Claypool's getting double teamed, run a slant with Ray, and you're going to get 60 yards. Literally.
Yep.
I think you're going to see your wish of more running backs this week because I think they're going to run wild on the Cowboys.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
they have
Let's,
to, right?
Yeah, I hope they line all 3 running backs.
Let's talk about it next week. Primetime game, 3:25 against the Cowboys here.
325, I'm going to be hammered by then.
I mean,
Come
it doesn't
on.
take much for you.
So, first of
No.
all, there's a question of if they even play this game. Marlon Humphreys of the Ravens tested positive for COVID after the game.
That rat bastard.
Yeah, I know. That rat bird
Which-
bastard.
Which I think is a blessing in disguise if they don't play. Extra bye week.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know how that would all work out, but I would like to see them play a game. And
Well, the Super Bowl gets pushed. The Super Bowl, there's a 4-week window they can push it back.
okay. Well,
I
let's
want
hope
the
they
Super
don't
Bowl
have
on
to.
Valentine's Day because I don't want to do any. I don't want to go
Yeah.
anywhere for Valentine's Day. Just,
The most romantic thing you can do is watch the Steelers play the Super Bowl.
hell yeah.
And win.
And win, nonetheless.
That's
so,
facts.
I'm like, honey, you know what I got you this year? A fucking Super Bowl.
The TV.
Here, honey. Here's a terrible towel. Wave it.
Yeah, I'm like, I got you all these hors d'oeuvres.
all these eggs, if you will. What do you call them? Those
Goose
fucking
eggs.
deviled eggs.
Oh,
Goose
stop.
eggs.
I would say goose eggs because the other team's going to put up 0, but I love deviled eggs.
Yeah, I'll take a deviled egg over a goose egg any day.
Fat.
That's
Only if
just
it's
a
a dozen.
So yeah, the question is, will this game even happen? I guess only time will tell.
Let's move forward like it is going to happen. What do you think's going to happen in the game? Let's hear some predictions. The Cowboys are ass. We're going to be playing their third string quarterback, DiNucci, who's a product of Pitt, who then went to James Madison.
It's not even DiNucci. I think he got benched.
Yeah,
Really?
there was talks of pulling up the practice squad quarterback to start this.
Okay.
season.
Seriously.
Not even kidding.
Really? The last
Yeah.
thing I saw was that DiNucci is their starter. So that's fucking hilarious.
That's awesome, but it also makes me nervous how much of a landslide this already looks
Yeah,
like.
the Steelers money line is going to be like minus 2,500, and I'm going to throw $50 on it, and I'm going to lose $50.
Right.
Well, and here's the problem: is we talk about it a lot. Is the Steelers play down to their opponent's level a lot of the time.
Yeah, but this looks like it might be like a JV high school squad team.
Dude,
minus
But
Z.
you
Even
never want to
so.
put it past the Steelers to play down to that
They-
level
yeah,
and
you don't
make
have
it
to
a
tell
close
me.
one.
Yeah, I
They
know
only play
that.
1/2 of football. We all know that.
Yeah,
Well, dude, when I was with Ty on Sunday, we were watching the game, and I was like, all right, slow start. We'll pick it up in the second half. And I bet the Steelers in the second
Yeah,
half.
you did. You got him at a good line at half.
Nice.
You did. And I'm with you guys 100%. I know that the Steelers play down to their competition. I know that they'll make it our blood boil for a little bit before they actually pull off the dub. But I think this game will not be close.
and it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't.
We
I
have
think-
the number one ranked defense against a fourth string quarterback potentially. We need to blow them.
who's
the
But
fuck
saying-
up.
I'm not worried about the defense. I'm worried about the offense.
Yeah.
If
you
the
guys gotta
Steelers
keep
defense will score
going.
2 touchdowns themselves, and that'll be
See,
enough.
if that's the case, I'd put fucking money on that because I'd pay a lot.
Yeah, it would.
Well, hasn't our defense been the reason we've been winning too? And they've been bailing us out.
Yeah, but
No?
I don't.
You
No, I
don't
don't.
think so?
I don't think that's it. This isn't the Chicago Bears, bro.
No. The Chicago Bears aren't bailing out the Bears.
No, the Chicago Bears defense is. If the Bears defense was not as good as it was, they'd be 0-7.
okay, but it's not bailing out when you're not balling out.
What
Yeah.
I'm saying is the offense is staying on the field, and that's giving our defense a time to recoup and regenerate and
Not last
be able to perform. Yeah, but okay, what about the 6 weeks prior?
6 weeks.
It's a very balanced team right now. I don't think that any one side is carrying the other. I think they're doing great.
I think our defense plays better offense at least one half of the games.
That's a fair assessment.
I mean,
The,
it is.
the offense
it's a
only
fair
shows out for
assessment.
one half.
I mean, if I were to pull data, the offense has scored way more than the defense. So it's like,
Yeah.
right. So to say that the defense is playing better offense than the offense,
It's Spillane's fault. Not enough pick sixes. Damn it. Get on it, Spillane.
I know.
No, what I'm saying is it's equal.
I know what you're saying. I don't agree with you.
Like in the first half.
Just like I don't agree that Lil Wayne's the best rapper.
Oh shit! Here we go.
No, that's
go.
fine.
No,
that's
here
fine.
we go. We gotta stop.
Little John's the best rapper. But anyway, like when you had the first half of the Ravens game where it was just, like the offense was doing 3 and out every time. And then the defense was getting out there and just getting gashed all the time. I think it was like 20 minutes of Ravens to 9 minutes of Steelers. I mean, that's, that's not helping at all. So yeah, the defense, the offense does help the defense. If the offense can stay out there, it would help the defense. By the way, the line right now is 13.5.
It's not enough points. So let's go with this. Let's give score predictions, as well as one person that shines in this next game, or somebody that's going to do something well. Whoever wants to start.
James Conner is going to have a huge day. Maybe also, I think all the running backs. I think they're all going to have big days. But I'm going to say, I don't think they're going to cover that 13.5. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than that. So I'm going to say 28-16. Look at
okay.
28-15. So they could get 5 field goals. That's all Dallas is getting.
Hey, I better pick up their kicker for fantasy.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though Joey just made his prediction, quick Google search said that this season the Steelers are an NFL best 6-1 against the spread. For what it's worth.
For what?
I don't think they'll cover that 13.5 spread either.
Yeah,
well, I'm going to go against both of you then, and just for shits and gigs, I'm going to say final score: Steelers 31, Cowboys 17. Does that cover it?
I'm not a math guy. Ask someone else.
That's that covers.
Okay. 31-17 Steelers. Listen, I think James Washington, it's about time. I know he's been doing well all year. He's got a touchdown or two, but I think he has a big game this game. The deep threat is there.
I think you have to consider this. There's always that threat of, they're playing down to their opponents and the team sucks and blah, blah, blah. You got to remember, this is Dallas in Dallas. This is quote unquote America's team.
Yes, I love it.
Don't you think? I mean, the whole world hates the Cowboys.
They're a bunch of pansies.
They're a bunch of, yeah.
I was being nice, Joey.
I have other words, but I think everybody wants to go down there and just kick their ass in their pretty new stadium, and shove it up Jerry Jones's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that if you guys know this, and I'm not a big advocate of Dak Prescott, but the Cowboys, according to the Score app, the Cowboys are still first in passing yards per game.
That's because Dak Prescott was their starting quarterback for the first 5
He was
games.
amazing.
So
I'm with you.
what about the last 3 games? Like no other team overtook that with Andy Dalton and Ben
That's how
DiNucci.
good.
That's how much Dak Prescott was.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's great. So
yeah,
it sucks that Dak's out. As a football fan, that sucks that he's out.
Yeah, I agree, because I'm not a huge Dak guy either, but I do.
But it's very admirable of what he's been doing, what he did in the games that he played.
He definitely makes that team like another level.
Yes, it's ridiculous. And also, with that, the Cowboys are 4th in the league in total yards per game. But that's again the first
It's okay. We'll
5 games.
And here's something though: is the Steelers have had to play a great run game, the past 4 weeks in a row. going back to the Browns with Kareem Hunt, and then you get
It started all with
Derrick
Saquon
Henry.
Barkley.
you
And
get
then-
Derrick Henry,
And then you got the Ravens.
and then you got the Ravens, who
Lamar
obviously not the
Jackson's
best
leading
running
rusher.
game with Mark Ingram out, but you got Lamar Jackson. They ran all over us, and now we have to match up against Ezekiel Elliott.
Bro, J.K. Dobbins looked fucking nasty against
Yeah.
us. But Zeke, fuck him.
Fuck him.
We focus on the run. Because
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb on my fantasy team, he's fucking great. He's a great talent. Who's gonna throw it to him? It's like having Juju and then Duck Hodges as your quarterback.
Well, look at it.
Not
Sa-
gonna happen.
When they went against Saquon Barkley, shut him down. Derrick Henry, shut him down. Ravens, okay, not so much. Kareem Hunt, shut him down. So
Big Chubb, shut him down.
Nah, he
no,
wasn't.
the
he
Browns
didn't play.
shut
Well,
him
they
down to the IR.
yeah, they shut him down. he
Still
was
shut him
so
down. He didn't do anything that game.
he was so scared to play. He got hurt. Andy Dalton got COVID. I think he just went around like licking doorknobs just so he could get COVID. So he
Andy
would.
Dalton got
He
hit
was
into
like-
the Earth's crust.
He's like, I thought I was never gonna have to play the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers again.
Yeah, I went to the NFC.
Exactly.
And here I fucking go.
He lucked out. That's for sure.
Oh man.
All right, so what's predictions out of you two?
Yo, I got mine.
Go ahead.
36-16. And I think we're either gonna get a kick or punt return.
Ray.
Right.
Love it. Michael, what say you?
Here, I'm just gonna tell Michael's 100-0.
No.
That was going to be my pick.
No. I'm going to
Safe
go closer to what I predicted last week, but the opposing team's not going to have as many points. So I'm going to go with a 42-17. No, the Cowboys are not going to get 17. Less than 17.
So 14.
So 16,
16.
15,
It could be
13,
3.
Just
knows?
less than
Who
or
knows?
equal to.
We held the Browns.
You want
to
to put a line
6
under your
points,
alligator
right?
over
Was
there?
Did we beat the Browns 38-6? Or was it 7?
It was 38-7, I believe.
Okay. So I think that based on my prediction, the Browns have a better squad than the Browns do right now. You contain the run. We'll fucking give up maybe a field goal and a touchdown, maybe 2 field goals and a touchdown. I think it's going to be a blowout, and Ben's not going to throw for 5 touchdowns. I'm with Joey in the sense that James Conner, Anthony McFarland, Jalen Samuels, and Benny Snell, and Chase Claypool, because he likes to run the ball, they're going to kill it. The Cowboys are the 32nd ranked team defensive-wise in points, and they're the 32nd ranked team in rushing yards allowed in the National Football League.
I want to see Trey Edmonds get the rock.
I don't. I want to see the guys that are on the active roster fucking
no,
How
ball
about
out.
Derek Watt? Where the fuck's he been?
Has he
Well,
been injured?
Yeah.
I think he was hurt last week.
Yeah.
Last
I'm
couple
saying,
weeks.
if it's gonna be a blowout, you're gonna see Trey Edmonds.
Well, you can't just activate somebody off the practice squad in the middle of the game.
You should be able to.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, he's been activated like 3 times on
He's
game.
on the team. So.
And I don't know anything about that, but it's like if
I
you're
know,
on the practice
I know,
squad,
that's why I'm
you don't
telling-
travel with the team, right? So it's
I'm
like
not sure.
at halftime, hey Ty, I know you're 3 hours away, but could you make it here in 15
Hey Ty,
minutes?
we know you run a 4.740, so we're gonna need to get you over here to run our fly routes for the second half. Can
Kid's
you
the
be
real
here?
workhorse.
Okay. Either way, Steelers come out on top, just like me.
Cowboys are in
always.
3-game losing streak, bruh.
Yeah,
About to send it. About to wreak havoc in Dallas.
absolutely. Let's end this podcast with a little trivia, Joey. We mentioned to you before
Ooh.
that we do have some trivia for you. If you're up
Bring
for it,
it.
just a couple questions.
If Joey doesn't know it, send it to me or Tapia.
We will defer.
I'll phone a friend.
Yeah. You only have 2 friends to phone though. And
Right.
we're right here.
These are gonna go easier to harder. So easy
All
ones
right.
come.
That's what
first
she
here.
said.
Yes. Although not officially retired, the number 63 has not been issued to a member of the Steelers since the retirement of what all-time great?
Was he a center?
I don't know.
I think it was. Does his last name start with a W?
No, it does not.
Ooh.
No, Webster was 52.
Okay,
I
so
believe that was that Dermontti Dawson?
Wow. Yes, it was.
Shout the fuck out to Joey. That's sick.
I've never even.
I've never heard of that
person
name in my life.
Me either.
So very
Dermontti
good.
Dawson is the second greatest Steelers offensive lineman. He kicked ass in the 80s and 90s.
Very nice.
Right on, Joey.
Fair enough. Beautiful. All right. Let's do this one. Couple on this card here.
And you call that one easy? Damn.
Right?
No, that shit's hard as hell.
That
Ty,
They're
was
gonna get
good.
harder. Shit,
hard-
I'm in trouble.
Ty,
this
what number
one's-
card was that?
That was a 2.
That was a 2? Joey,
Yeah.
it goes from 1 to 7, 1 being the easiest. If that was a 2, then fuck.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
This one's actually way easier. From 2011 to 2014, what Steelers defensive end raised money for charity with his annual Shear the Beard event?
Ah,
Brett Kiesel.
Yes, that's correct. This one, a little tougher. What linebacker played for the Steelers from 1994 to 2003? and
Kenrell
left
Bell.
as nope, and left as the franchise leader in career sacks with 77.
94 to 2003.
Holy shit.
Oh God, that wasn't Joey Porter. Was it Jason Gilden? Maybe.
Wow, yes, it was. It
Wow.
was Jason Gilden.
Joey.
Another name I have never heard, but apparently
Same.
the all-time sacks leader for the
See,
Steelers.
and Ty,
He was a beast in the 90s.
that's no excuse for us. I hate when
No.
people say, "Oh, I wasn't born at that time." We were actually born in 94.
You were an infant.
I was 7 when that man stopped playing for the Steelers, dude. Come on.
That shit's insane.
Yeah, it is insane. All right, moving right along. Again, oh no, this one is the same difficulty. In 1992, what third-year back posted 12 100-plus rush yard
Barry
games?
Foster.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Who is this guy?
Not
Not
is a
Barry
real-
Foster.
just-
Joey.
Real quick about Barry Foster, it was really funny about him. He was a rookie in one of Chuck Noll's last years, and he was the kick return guy, and he didn't understand kick returns, and he didn't pick up he just let the kick go, and the other team picked it up, and then therefore Chuck Noll was so mad at him that he benched him the rest of the year.
Holy shit.
And then Bill Cowher was like, "Hey, this guy's good," and he immediately was like one of the best backs in the league.
You just had to tell him that you have to pick up the ball and run to the other end zone.
That's all you need to do.
Just like
He just
Devin
let it
Hester.
go. It's like, it's okay. We will.
He holds
Just
the
let it go.
Steelers record for most rush yards in a season with 1,690. Fun fact.
Barry Foster. That's great.
Not to be confused with Barry Sanders. Totally different. All right.
Oh, Foster's.
These next couple are 7s. A little
Okay,
tougher.
well, Joey, you're on your
Bring
own,
it.
bro.
Bring it.
And I feel like this one is you should probably get this one as it is. Who was the first Steeler to wear Rod Woodson's number 26 after Woodson left the Steelers?
God. I want to say Deshae Townsend. That's probably
Yeah.
not right.
You would probably be right when you say Deshae
Yeah.
Townsend.
Is that it?
That is it.
Fuck, I'm good at this.
We should enter you into some contests. Oh boy.
That-
All right.
Yeah, because the first, of course, being born in 94, I want to thank Le'Veon Bell, but I know that it wasn't Le'Veon Bell because I was lucky enough to watch Deshae Townsend.
Side note, how's your Penguins hockey trivia?
I'm probably just
love
as
it.
good as my Steelers trivia. I love
Beautiful. I'll give
Joey
you,
goes, I love it.
I'll give you 2 more. One's a football, one's a hockey. Football first. What Steelers linebacker was named to 3 straight Pro Bowls from 1984 to 1986, but was traded to the Vikings after sitting out the entire 1988
Mike
season?
Merriweather.
Mike, I don't even need to finish. This guy's too
Mike
good.
Merriweather
That's too
sat
good.
out. Yeah, he sat out an entire year in a contract dispute.
Le'Veon Bell shit.
Exactly. He
Le'Veon
was
Bell of
he
his
was
time.
Le'Veon Bell before Le'Veon Bell. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Ty, we might have to have Rumbunter and Joey on at the same time and do a little trivia deal.
I'm okay at Pirates trivia too, by the way.
You know, like,
Yeah, well, that's why I said earlier when Ty said, "How's your Steelers trivia?" I said, "Well, Pittsburgh
said-
trivia, really, because it's a
Yeah, we're
Pittsburgh
gonna-
trivia game,
Well,
and I know
we've
you're
been
a Pitts-
talking
you're
baseball,
a
so I
Yinzer.
figured.
so you know your shit."
All right.
I remember Deshae Townsend. I don't remember my wife's birthday.
Well, that's not important. She'll let you know it.
Yeah, that's not a good one either.
What do you got, Ty?
All right, whatever. Here's one. What member hockey? Switching it up. What member of the 1991 and 1992 Stanley Cup Penguins later became the first American-born player to appear in 1,000 NHL games? This is a 7, by the way. We started off pretty hard. 84 to 86.
Wait, what was it?
Wait, no.
84 to 96.
No.
wasn't it?
91 and 92. I'm sorry.
Oh,
American-born Stanley Cup champion, 1,000 NHL games.
Okay, Mark Recchi.
No.
Kevin Stevens.
Gordy Roberts.
The fuck? No.
who the
okay.
fuck is Gordy
I don't
Roberts?
know. Again, that was a 7. So
Ty, is that a post-it note? Did you write that one yourself?
that's one of my clients' names from work. My bad.
What was it, Gordy Roberts?
Yeah. Sounds like a hockey guy.
Yeah, he's a defenseman who played in 1,097 NHL regular season games from 79 to 94, and he's a member of the United States Hockey Hall of Fame. His brother, Doug Roberts, is also a former hockey player.
Fair
He's
enough.
63.
I like this one here. Another hockey one. This is a 2. This is an easier one. What veteran Russian-born Penguins defenseman served as host to Malkin when he first arrived from Russia in
Gonchar.
2006? Yes.
I'm
Sir-
sorry, was this a question for Joey or
Yeah.
Roar?
Was this question for Joey or Michael?
Joey
I'm
Because-
gonna
knows that one.
say Gonchar.
Yes.
Mr.
Very good.
Sergey. Dude, Sergey Gonchar, fucking baller.
Ever see that commercial with Gonchar and Malkin and Talbot and the chicken? You ever?
No.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna
I'll send it
Google
to you
it right
guys.
now.
It's
Yeah,
it's
send it to us.
amazing.
Do it. That's amazing. What was
It's-
it like for NHL or for the Penguins or?
It was for a local Pittsburgh car dealer,
They got all of them together. for the
and
commercial?
yeah, it's like one of those like low production local commercials.
Like a Russian film.
Yeah.
All right. 2 more here for you. Da, da, da.
I think I got COVID.
Or you're just dehydrated.
Yeah, took a lot out of me.
One and the same.
What winger scored 151 goals for the Penguins and was selected by the Rangers in 1991 as the first Russian-born player ever taken in the first round of the NHL draft?
Artem
Alexei
Straka.
Kovalev. That is
Damn
correct.
it.
And last question. Okay. What baseball? Totally switching it up. In 1987, what outfielder became the first member of the Pirates to steal home in 21 years?
1987.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Outfielder, 1987.
Maybe Bonds.
No, that was a good guess though. John Cangelosi.
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 Was he Italian?
He was Italian. And he was really short because they would for fun they would put him next to Randy Johnson, who was like 7 foot tall.
Well, Italian and short are synonyms in my mind.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Joey, you're Italian, no?
I'm tall. Yeah, but my
Italian.
parents are short. Because
Are you Italian, Joey?
I'm very Italian.
Yeah,
I am very
That's what I
Italian.
figured.
Yeah, so is Michael. Very
Yeah,
Italian.
I got my. I don't know if I ever showed you. I got my Italian horn, just like Joe Musgrove.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's got
It's for
his,
good luck, right?
Yeah, and then the other emblem is the fingers going down to like
Isn't-
spite the people.
Isn't that horns down?
No, my mom would always do that. Like
Okay.
if Donald Trump's on TV, my mom goes like that to him.
It's
It's like to put a curse on him.
I'll go.
That's some crazy
It's
fucking
also horns
Sicilian.
down.
Horns.
Boomer
That's some
sooner.
Sicilian shit.
Yeah, that is some Sicilian shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Let's wrap up this podcast. Steelers by 1 million next week.
Can we have Joey on next week too?
Yeah, right. Joey, thanks for
Full
coming
with me,
on,
man.
we really appreciate it. I know you're busy with your own podcast and stuff, so thanks for taking the time.
Oh, thanks for having me on. I always love talking to you guys, especially because I get to fucking swear, and I don't get to swear anywhere else. I have to be Mr. Goody Two Shoes everywhere else.
Oh well,
so,
if it weren't for the swearing, we wouldn't be having this podcast. So we couldn't do it without the swearing.
I cuss so much.
Let everyone know where to find you on social media, though, and your podcast and all that.
He's the social media king.
Yeah, of Pittsburgh.
Of Pittsburgh, yeah. JoeyBagOvDonuts, V and 7F. Yeah, I live on Twitter. I'm that's it's my addiction, and you know, sometimes it benefits me. So,
and your podcast as well. Where is that available?
That is the Donut Bag. It is on wherever the hell podcasts are. There's a million places. Yeah, I talk Steelers. Sometimes I talk Halloween candy. Sometimes I talk The Office. Sometimes I talk Seinfeld. Sometimes I talk Metallica. Whatever the hell comes to mind.
Love it. Love it.
We
Freeform.
should get you back on at some point for a podcast that's not Steelers related.
Yes.
Talk about music. Talk about some candy. Talk about fucking pop culture. Just
I love The Office.
Love.
Oh,
I love candy.
Obsessed.
I love music.
And Seinfeld, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Well, make sure to follow him. Check out his podcast. He has a much larger following than us. There's a reason for that.
He's got a fucking
Twitter
belt. He won an award.
Yeah. He bought his own award in the belt.
No, he didn't. He was given that.
No, I earned the award, but I bought the belt.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Make sure to check him out. A great follow, a great podcast. Check us out too. You know, we're available anywhere you find a podcast as well. Yinzertainment, just search that. It's on our website, yinzertainment.com, as well as the social media at Yinz Daily. It's all there.
All
Go
our
check us out.
tags are Yinz Daily now, but our website is yinzertainment.com.
Did we make the move? Is that the move?
You want to look for us on Instagram and Twitter, you search Yinz Daily, and that's our name. Only thing that still rocks Yinzertainment is yinzertainment.com. And in September of 2021, when my renewal is up, I'll change it to Yinz Daily.
September 2020, we'll all be dead.
Yeah. Right.
That would be fucking great.
We'll be in underwater cities or
Then you won't have to pay for the website anymore. It'll be perfect.
I'm just hoping for like a solar flare in the next couple months, and then we'll all be 6 feet under.
I voted for a meteor. I voted for a meteor to hit Earth. That was my voting.
As long as it's quick and painless, I'll take it.
Can you put money on that?
If I win the money, where does it go in the event of said meteor?
To extraterrestrial life.
Beautiful. Put my tab with the aliens.
Take the meteor and the points.
Yeah. Facts.
All right. Yinzertainment Podcast, episode 154. We'll be back next week as the Steelers try to go 8-0. Thank you again, Joey. We'll be in touch, and go Steelers.
Here we go.
Who day? We day. Fuck them Bengals.
Fuck them Cowboys. America's team, my ass.
Yeah, I was like, why the Bengals? We're not even playing.
Because their whole thing is who day, we day.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's